Two people can earn very different salaries and still end up in completely different financial positions a few years from now. I've seen lower earners build more real wealth than higher earners, not because income doesn't matter, but because three specific milestones matter more than most people realize. One person crosses them early. The other keeps upgrading their lifestyle and misses them completely. That's why your salary is not the whole story. If your money never crosses the right milestones, a bigger paycheck can still leave you stuck at a higher altitude. This is the salary fix, where we help salary earners stop leaking money and start building real wealth. Wealth usually does not feel like a smooth, steady climb. It feels slow, then invisible, then frustrating. And then, suddenly, it starts moving faster. That's because wealth tends to build in jumps, not random jumps, predictable ones. There are three financial milestones that change how your money behaves. Most people with decent salaries stay stressed because they either never reach them, or they reach them and then accidentally undo their own progress. Today, I'm breaking down all three, where they are, why they matter, and how to reach them on a normal salary. Let's get into it. Milestone 1 is getting your first $10,000 invested, not saved, invested. That distinction matters more than people think. Saved money is money that exists. Invested money is money that works. Until you have money actually deployed, inside retirement accounts, index funds, or other productive assets, you have not fully switched from earning only with labor to earning with labor plus capital. That first switch changes everything. So why does $10,000 matter so much? Because below that level, growth usually feels too small to change your behavior. If you invest $1,500 and it grows by a few percent, your brain barely notices. It feels abstract. It feels slow. It feels like effort without evidence. But once you reach $10,000, even normal market movement starts to feel real. A strong year no longer looks like pocket change. It looks like progress. And that matters psychologically because personal finance is not just math, it's behavior. This is the stage where many people quit too early. They save inconsistently. They invest randomly. They tell themselves they'll get serious later when they earn more. But the problem isn't always income. It's the lack of a system strong enough to get through the early stretch when results are too small to feel exciting. If you haven't crossed this milestone yet, stop trying to feel motivated and start being automatic. Automate a fixed amount from every paycheck into your investment account. Not when you have extra, not at the end of the month. First, the people who reach their first $10,000 are not the most disciplined. They are the people who removed the need for discipline. Once you keep building past that, you run into milestone 2, $100,000 in net worth. Net worth is everything you own minus everything you owe. This is the point where your system starts looking less like a bucket you keep filling and more like a machine that starts helping you back. Before this point, you are doing all the heavy lifting. Your paycheck is carrying the plan. You are the engine. That's why the first stretch feels brutally slow. For example, if you invest $500 a month at a 7% return, getting to $100,000 can take roughly a decade. But the next $100,000 often comes much faster. Why? Because now your money is finally large enough to contribute meaningfully to its own growth. Your annual gains can start rivaling what you personally put in. But this is also where people make one of the most expensive mistakes in personal finance. They hit 6 figures and celebrate by permanently raising their lifestyle, better apartment, more expensive car, higher monthly spending. If you dramatically increase your spending right when your compounding engine is finally starting to work, you sabotage the exact process that was about to change your future. When you approach $100,000, don't reward yourself with more spending. Reward yourself with more ownership. Increase your investment rate. Use the momentum to accelerate the system, not interrupt it. This is the point where wealth finally starts acting like wealth. If you protect that momentum, you move into milestone 3, when your portfolio can sustainably support your baseline expenses. This is the freedom milestone. Not the internet version of sports cars and fake hustle, but real freedom. The point where your essential life is no longer dependent on your next paycheck. Baseline expenses are the non-negotiables: housing, utilities, groceries, insurance, and basic transportation. This is why financial freedom is not just a net worth number. It's a ratio. It depends on how much your portfolio can support versus how expensive your life is to maintain. For a rough benchmark, many people use the 4% rule. If your baseline expenses are $3,000 a month, that's $36,000 a year. Multiply that by 25, and you get a target of roughly $900,000. The speed at which you reach this milestone is shaped by how fast you invest and how high your baseline expenses become. A person earning less can reach this milestone faster than a person earning much more if they build a life that costs less to support. That is a fundamental truth. A higher income helps, but if every raise turns into a bigger baseline, the finish line keeps moving away from you. This is why high earners can still feel financially trapped. Here is your salary fix for this week. Step 1. Calculate your invested assets, not your checking account, but money genuinely invested in productive assets. If that number is under $10,000, that is your primary mission. Automate it. Step 2. Calculate your net worth. If you are approaching $100,000, ask yourself if your lifestyle has quietly inflated. Find one expense to redirect into your investments this month. Step 3. Calculate your baseline monthly expenses. Multiply that number by 300 to find your rough target for Milestone 3. Specific numbers change behavior. Vague intentions do not. Step 4. Measure the gap. Calculate how many months it will take to get there at your current rate. If you don't like the answer, don't lower the milestone. Adjust the system. Increase the contribution. Cut the drag. Can a teacher build more wealth than a high-paid contractor? Absolutely. If she crosses these milestones earlier and protects them better. If she gets to $10,000 invested sooner, reaches 6 figures without inflating her life, and keeps her baseline under control, she creates a superior long-term system. This is not a story about income, it's a story about systems. Wealth is not built by earning the most. It's built by reaching the right milestones and not sabotaging them once you get there. Milestone 1. $10,000 invested. Milestone 2. $100,000 net worth. Milestone 3. Portfolio support for your baseline expenses. That's the architecture. Everything else is secondary. The real question is, which milestone are you moving toward right now, and is your system set to get you there automatically? If this helped, subscribe to the Salary Fix. New money fixes every week. I'll see you in the next one.